sports fans. It's the long-lost ASMR Sports coming back in your YouTube feed. Hope everybody's doing well. Apologies for the lack of content. As you know, I had a medical procedure, namely a colonoscopy, on Saturday, which, I'm sure some people don't want to hear me talk about it, but I feel like it's important to talk about these things because, a colonoscopy or a breast exam or, what do they do for checking your prostate exam, all these things. If you're in your 20s, and I know a lot of my audience, is pretty young, in their 20s, you really don't have to think about these things for a while if you're male. But once you reach a certain age, get into your mid-30s and beyond, you really have to start thinking about doing these kinds of things. And I think a lot of people are hesitant or not particularly motivated to get them done, and it can lead to some pretty tragic results. So I hope everybody can take away that these kinds of things, even though they're sort of awkward conversation topics, are perfectly normal parts of being a human being, and y'all should take care of yourselves. So anyways, that's my piece. So yeah, everything went relatively fine, and I have to say it was not really that big of a deal when all said and done. But I did have to rest. It was I asked them what kind of drugs they'd be giving me, and one of the drugs was fentanyl, which is like kind of crazy. You hear fentanyl in the news a lot because people are using, mixing the stuff with like street drugs, and it's very dangerous because it's very potent stuff. So you're like, oh man, what the hell? It's like, I feel like you ask what kind of drugs they're going to give you at the hospital, and they're like cocaine and meth. But obviously it has, I suppose, lots of uses in a hospital for just, pain relief. Alright, anyways, if you want to hear more stories about my colonoscopy, I'm happy to share them, but I'll focus on the cards for now. I got a couple things here. These are from my last trip to the local Target, and I gotta say, I went in, the day of a restock. It was, relatively full. But, boy, there's just, like, not much out there that's of interest. Actually, I think I've had this since, like, the restock before the last one, but this was the only thing I saw that was, like, even remotely interesting, and honestly, it's not that interesting. It's a blaster box with 5 cards, and that's kind of insane. There's 2 autographs, I believe, yeah. 2 autographs or memorabilia cards, so probably 1 auto and 1 memorabilia card. This is Elite Extra Edition, which is it's a draft product. Would love to get a Jackson Holiday. I don't have any Jackson Holiday cards. So, yeah. I've a few times I've bought, like, hobby products of this Elite Extra Edition, and, they sell pretty well. I've sold quite a few of these on my site. Just one little pack in there. They usually come with a lot of autographs. Like a hobby box has like 5 or 7 autographs, I think. And they have like sort of mega box type, versions of this called longevity boxes, and I think those have like 3 or 4 autographs or something like that. So yeah, let's get into this. lot of times Panini, if they have products that they sell in, you know, a blaster box form that has guaranteed autos, they put the crappier autos in the, you know, in the blaster box retail formats, and they save the better ones for their retail or their hobby products. So I suspect that might be something we witness here. But, you know, there's also plenty of crappy autos in a product like this of like pitchers or just, you know, 50th round guys. So Elite Extra Edition is also like kind of loaded with numbered cards. So this one's numbered to 999, which is totally useless, but Robert Moore with Milwaukee. Oh, there's our first auto, and it's a pitcher, so that's a bummer. I don't know what this means because, oh, I guess we get two, well, we'll save the next one, next auto for later, last reveal, but there's Jared Poland. Hidden Gems, not numbered. Pretty weak sauce, it's probably a dollar card right there. Colby Thomas. Oakland A's. No idea what that is. Alright. Save that auto for last. Second to last card is Alex McFarland. This one's numbered to 64. So, way too many pitchers in this box. Oh man, this guy, maybe, okay, this is not a pitcher, he's like an infielder making a throw. So what is that logo up there? I feel like it's like Dominican League, DPL. But it's too small for me to see. Dominican Prospect League, okay, there you go. Bonneville, Rylene. So it's actually an on-card auto, which is a real rarity. I swear to God, like everything draft baseball that Panini does is like a sticker auto. You know, these Elite Extra Edition sets always have like these international prospects in them. Many of them are very young, like 16 or 17 years old. And I often wonder, like, geez, I wonder if eventually they're going to hit somebody who, like, you know, gets drafted or signed. I guess they would be signed as free agents, you know, like a couple years later, and then they in the, you know, in the majors or in the minors for a couple years, and they get, you know, finally some attention, and you've got this card that's like 3-4 years ahead of like their first Bowman. So this skilled youngster has all the tools to blossom into the next big thing. Yeah, I don't know. I have to say, I've pulled a fair number of international prospects from Elite Extra Edition products, and I don't think any of them have really done anything. So, I don't know, I think there's probably a very low chance of success of any of those guys, but it's still pretty interesting, especially when one of them is an autograph, so I'll hang on to it anyways. Next up, we got Donruss Football. As you know, folks, I am really not excited about 2022 football products based on the lackluster draft class in terms of like hobby value and excitement. There's basically nobody who has any value. There's a couple guys who have like okay value, but there's really just no big studs in this product. There's no like Trevor Lawrence of 2021. You know, even though he kind of fizzled before coming back there in the playoffs, but there's no Herbert and Burrow of 2020. There's no Kyler Murray of 2019. There's no Josh Allen of 2018. Speaking of Josh Allen, there's no, you know, Mahomes of 2017. There's just, you know, there's like there's Kenny Pickett, there's, you know, Brock Purdy, there's a bunch of defensive guys, there's like some wide receivers, but just nobody has real value. So I have to say, you know, and I'm not the only one everyone's saying this. Plenty of people who know a lot more about football than I do, football cards than I do, are saying similar things, but I think a lot of people can't be as honest necessarily because they're selling this stuff, or they're doing breaks and they have to get people buying into the breaks. Which is why I'm glad I'm not like a breaker. I mean, I do breaks occasionally, but some people do breaks of every product that comes out, and you gotta be on the hype train if you're doing that. But yeah, so boxes of Prism Football 2022 just came out, and oh my god, I have so little interest in that. It's not even funny. They came out at like $700+ per hobby box. They're already down to like 600, and they're worth about 200. So Carter Wentz. Let's talk about this Donruss design, which has showed up in a few products. By the way, have you guys realized that there are no longer any 2020, there's no 2023 Panini baseball products. There's no Donruss baseball, there's no Optic baseball, there's no Prism baseball, no Select baseball, etc., etc., which is pretty crazy. It's funny, it's like I don't even really hear people talking about it, and I kind of wonder if a lot of people have not even realized that that's happening yet, because it's only March of 2023, and with everything being behind schedule in terms of release dates, a lot of people might just be thinking, oh well, it's just all going to come out late. So, instead of coming out in January, I think when Donruss baseball usually comes out, it's just going to come out in like April or whatever, right? But no, it's not coming out, and the reason why is because Panini lost their license from the Major League Baseball Players Association, which is different than the license that like Topps has to put team logos on cards, and that comes from the Major League Baseball. So the timing of the licenses is different. The MLBP, the Players Association license, which gives you the right to put the players on cards, which is what Panini has had all these years after losing, the MLBP or the Major League Baseball license. They had the Players Association license, so they could put players on, cards that were airbrushed. Bo Melton rookie, Jameson Williams, and James Cook. This is like I forget what they call this, canvas, I think. That's what they call these. That's kind of neat. I feel like I pulled a card of this guy. Out of Mosaic. I think I got like a pink Mosaic rookie card of him. So I'm getting some decent cards of him, which I don't mind because I'm a Bills fan. I don't think he's like super good, but it's a parallel, so I'll put it out. So yeah, so the Players Association license that Panini had expired at the end of 2022, and so they cannot make any any cards with the players in the MLB PA, which is everybody on them. So kind of crazy when you think about the number of products that means are now gone from the baseball lineup. Meanwhile, you got Topps trying to put out 150 variations of Topps Chrome to fill the void, I guess. I honestly think that's what they're thinking. I think like they're going like, ooh, nice, there's a press proof red. Very cool. Love a rookie. Sky Moore, don't know anything about him. Not numbered, but looks pretty cool. And a red hot rookie, Sky Moore. Let's hope he's good. That's funny. I mean, I watched whatever the last couple, like the Chiefs playoff semifinal game and then the Super Bowl, and I don't remember this guy, but maybe he, I don't know, was injured, or I just am really bad at paying attention. He was out there. baseball is dead. It's sort of it's sort of a shame. Although the reason I thought of this is because like I wanted to comment on this year's Donruss design. I just think this looks absolutely like ridiculous. It literally looks like something out of like mid 1990s Photoshop. Like filters. If you're a graphic designer and you're that old and you remember that, like Kai's Power Tools or something. It looks like insanely just goofy. I cannot believe how goofy this looks. And there's the other Josh Allen. The basketball set just came out like maybe a few weeks ago, I think. It's funny, 2022 basketball I have absolutely no interest in either. So I don't know, I guess I'm taking a year off from football and basketball, for the 2022 sets, which will probably be coming out for the next like 4 years if there's another Sky Morgies, if recent behavior of Topps and Panini is any indication. Oh, something shiny, and it's from Pittsburgh, some open Kenny Pickett. It's pretty much the only guy in this product I think is at all worth pulling. So yeah, I will not be buying any hobby football products from 2022. I say that, and I guess I will by force because my distributor will just send me some. Like I actually got a hobby box of this stuff. I don't know when it came out. I got that. Get some nice stars here. CD Lamb, Patrick Mahomes. What was I saying? Yeah, so I'm just not buying this stuff. Oh, but I did see, right now, as we speak, you can get blaster boxes of 2022 Prism football, which, again, historically have been, easy sellouts as soon as they're up. These are actually, I think, pre-orders because they're not quite out yet. But Target has them. If you go to just Target's website, target.com. Brandon Smith and the kind of nice, oh dang, it's not who I wanted, but Calvin Austin Rookie Revolution. So it's like a Revolution basketball set looking thing. I don't know, pull that out and check it out later. So yeah, I'll get, the odd box, and actually I just got a notice from my distributor that I got allocated one box, yip-de-doo, of 2022 Contenders football, which I think is coming out in April. So I'll have that, that kind of stuff, one single box of stuff, but I'm just not going to be investing in large quantities of anything from 2022 football. Now, at any given time, someone can break out absolutely true, and then I'll be sorry, but I don't know. Just things are too pricey to, bet on that happening. Our rookies: Jordan Davis, Eagles; Carson Strong, Eagles; and Dominators, Alvin Kamara. That feels like it's a parallel, a checkerboard parallel. Last pack. Yeah, I don't. The sports card world is just it's very difficult to figure out what to do with one's dollars. I like a good deal. I mean, I'm always hyped up on vintage wax. I love 70s and 80s wax because even if it ends up just not going anywhere price wise, it's just something that I love, absolutely love to have in my collection, and hold on to, and just be able to look at it. It's just it feels like a piece of history to me. So I'm always going to be interested in picking that stuff up at good prices. I think 2022 baseball products are interesting just because I think the class is pretty good of rookies. I think you could see, like a Bobby Witt Jr. or a J-Rod or even like Spencer Torkelson, I think has pretty significant upside. But, one of these guys or one of the other guys from the 2022 class could be, a Soto, Acuna type hobby star in the coming years, and those products, will be more valuable than they are now, if that happens. But there's a lot of 2022 baseball out there. They've just printed a lot of everything, and yeah, it's sort of hard to imagine anything being worth more than it is now, with the hobby kind of being in a real rut, and the economy threatening to do bad things. So you never can tell. You never can tell what will happen. But it's a lot harder to pick which products are going to be winners these days than it was in 2017, 18, 19, because in those years everything was still reasonably priced, right? Like Bowman case prices, which is sort of like a baseline for me of where the pricing philosophy of the manufacturers is at, is how much is a case of just regular old Bowman baseball. And it started like in 2017, cases were like, I think $600 when they came out. Then in like 2018, they were probably like $1,000. In 2019, they were $1,300. In 2020, they were like, they were about $1,500. And then when it was announced that Jason Dominguez was going to be in 2020 Bowman, they jumped up to like 3,000 or something, like before they were even released. And now cases are, they're about somewhere north of 2,000, like 2,200, 2,300, 2,400 for cases of Bowman these days. Well, I don't know why I'm just leaving all these guys. I guess those were two numbered, so this was numbered, and that one, other ones were autos. So yeah, I just think things are very inflated right now, and part of me wants just the whole, hobby to crash so that we can get back to cases of Bowman that are like, $1,000, right? I don't need them to go all the way to 600, but if they were $1,000 on launch, and, distributors, had a little bit of trouble getting rid of them. So you could spend, $1,000 on a case of Bowman, open the whole thing up, get your, $400 worth of cards like it always has been, and, live your life happily. I think that would be a nice situation, especially for guys like me that like to hold, so I could buy like 5 cases for $5,000 and hang on to them for 3 years and see, what happens with the prospects inside. But, at $2,500, $2,600 a case, I'm not even going to buy one. It's not even, worth it. I don't know, I'm just rambling. So, point is, I don't know, it's hard out there for a pimp in the sports card game right now, but I don't know, I'm finding plenty of things to buy. I just bought a bunch of 2022 Topps Chrome Update, which was like the sort of most despised product of the year. A lot of quality control issues with that, and a lot of like just sort of disappointment, I think, about what exactly was in that product in terms of parallels and whatnot, compared to like what people had expected from like, I guess, from prior Topps Chrome updates and just from Topps Chrome generally. But I think mostly it's the quality control issue. There's a lot of problems with centering. on those cards, so it's really tough to get gems. But the boxes of that stuff are getting so cheap. They're like under $80 a box now, and the checklist is so good with J-Rod and Bobby Wood and Spencer Torkelson, blah blah blah, that I don't know, I just had to get some. Plus I watched a video of Stryker from Striker Breaks open a case, and he pulled a gold Bobby Wood auto redemption, and I was like, oh man, now I gotta buy one of these friggin' things. So anyway, so I got some of that coming, and I actually have I still have this stack right here is all packs of Topps Chrome Update that I never opened. I got one, or I got, what did I get? I think I got one box from my distributor, which is funny that I probably got charged like over $100 for that box. I think they were actually 120, and then they ended up refunding everybody $20. So I'm paying like way less per box than I was when I got this one from my distributor. But anyways, I opened half the box and still have half the box left, so maybe I should have opened these packs before spending a bajillion dollars on more. There you go, nice Spencer Torkelson. So, you can see centering is a problem, but from the case break that I saw Stryker do, you're gonna get, in a case, you're gonna get, 6, 7, probably, at least, Torkelson rookies, and this is a debut, so you're gonna get, 6 or 7 debuts, 6 or 7 regular rookies, 6 or 7 regular rookies of Bobby Wood, J-Rod, etc., and then, there's probably about 2 or 3 autographs per case. And a handful of parallels, like numbered parallels. And there, these purple parallels are very common and not numbered. I think they're like 1 per pack. But if you get a purple J-Rod or a purple Wet, it's worth a decent, a little bit of money anyways. And if it's really nicely centered, then it really has a premium, because it's so hard to find, gem and cards in this set. Actually, O'Neal Cruz is not a bad pull either. So yeah, I don't know, interesting to see. It might be the kind of thing where I open one box and then just get sick of it, but I don't know. Ever since I basically got priced out of Bowman's Best, 2022 Bowman's Best, I've just been itching for something to break, so I figure why not buy like the cheapest thing out there right now and just open a lot of it. Like, you think about Bowman's Best is like 300 and whatever, $20 or $30 or 340, I think, at Blowout a box. So you can get four boxes of Topps Chrome for that price, and I don't know, I think that's got a fair chance of being worth more than the 4 autos you get out of Bowman's Best. Alright folks, that's what we got for today. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope I can get back to kind of daily videos here after this one, so I will certainly shoot for that, and I hope to do some live streaming as well. Would love to open some stuff for people who want to buy it. Oh, I also thought I'd mention, I'm trying to get more of the kind of, like older unopened stuff that I've recently purchased on the site, and I've got a fair bit of it up there now. And I'm also trying to focus on getting like a lot of variety of individual packs, because I know in the past I've sold a lot of, just people buy 1 or 2 or 3 packs, of like 10 different sets in an order, and it's like, if they're kind of older packs, it's like they're like, $1 a piece or something, so it's a pretty low cost affair to kind of get a nice amount of variety and have some fun. So I'm trying to get more and more variety. There's not really a lot of places you can go online to buy a wide variety of packs if you just kind of wanted to order a little grab bag and have a little fun. So I'm hoping to get more of those up on the site, and I hope you'll take a look at hotcardboard.com and see what I've got there. Let me know if you're looking for anything particular. I'm happy to put up stuff too. I have a lot of stuff that's not, on the site, but I'm trying to get more up there. But appreciate everybody who's put in an order. By the way, I little excites me as much as seeing an order come in on hotcardboard.com. So thank you to any of you who have ordered anything recently. All right, that's what we got. We'll catch y'all next time. You guys have a great one.